So if you have weight that you need to lose, which is where most people begin their journey on some sort of a fitness program or a diet plan or some sort of a health protocol, it's usually the starting point is like, well, I need to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds. And if that's you, I would want you to think about this just a little bit differently. Because what generally happens is if you go into a health and fitness, nutrition kind of journey, with just one goal in mind, like losing weight, then you're going to be served up, especially in this world of social media and just Google searches, you're going to be served up solutions that are going to help you to get to that goal. Now, you would think that that's a good thing, right? But what I find is that most of those solutions are short game plays, meaning we're going to put you on a keto diet. We're going to cut your calories. There's all kinds of different nutrition and fitness programs out there that will promise that result, and good chance they might even get you that result. And maybe you've even had some success with this before. But again, it's this short game thinking that I think a lot of guys sort of get stuck in. And then people call it the yo-yo diet or the yo-yo effect or the roller coaster of results. Like, that's real. Most of the people that I talk to have been on those ups and those downs. They gain weight, they lose weight. People joke around. They say, I've lost the same 20 pounds, 100 times over the course of my life. So there's a problem here, obviously, right? Because if that's you, and you've been on this roller coaster, you've been on this yo-yo, we need to think of this very, very differently. So instead of chasing just that specific goal, what I want you to do is I want you to set a new intention instead of a goal, because I don't believe health and fitness goals are good for you. I think they're bad for you. We need to set a new intention. We need to set a North Star for you. And that is to be the healthiest version of yourself that you can possibly be. And when you think of it from that lens, when you look at it and you set that direction, it's more of a direction and more of a journey than it is just one specific thing. In other words, it never ends. You can always be just a little bit more healthful. You can always be just a little bit more fit, right? Like, these are things that we're constantly chasing and that are constantly kind of evolving as the years go by. So back in my late 20s, my early 30s, I was diagnosed with cancer. And my original goal was just to beat my cancer. So I went through a bunch of surgeries, and lo and behold, my cancer was gone. I was given the all clear. But what was kind of interesting is 9 months later, my cancer came back. And that's when everything changed for me. And the doctor said, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put you on chemotherapy, and that's going to be the magic pill. There's a chance that that's going to kill your cancer. But at that moment in my life, I wasn't very healthy. I was overweight. I was drinking a lot of alcohol. I was eating a lot of bad foods. Mentally, I had a lot of negative thoughts in my head. I just wasn't in a good place. So I knew that I needed to get my health back before I would jump on something like just a magic pill chemotherapy. Now, again, there's a really good chance that the chemotherapy might have saved me back then, but I don't know if it would have saved me for the long game. Right? I don't think I would be here with you today had I just chosen that quick fix solution. So what I did is I spent almost 3 years battling that cancer, but really it was more of an intention of just getting myself back to good health. And that's exactly what happened. I got myself into great health. And after my cancer was gone, I was given the all clear. I knew that I needed to continue on this journey. Right? Because again, it had become, I framed this up in my mind as more than just cancer. It was me living the most healthful life that I could possibly be, that I could possibly live. And that was almost 20 years ago. And here I am with you today with the same intention, with the same goal. And it's become sort of my identity. I call myself the healthiest motherfucker on the planet. Now, whether or not you believe that, it doesn't really matter, because if I label myself as that, then that becomes who I am, and it dictates a lot of the decisions that I make in my life. So when someone offers me a beer, it's very easy for me to say, no, I don't do that. I'm the healthiest motherfucker on the planet. I don't drink beer. If someone offers me bad food, it's very easy for me to say no. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect, but I do make way more good decisions than bad decisions because I've held on to this identity and I'm on a mission. I've got a North Star that says, I'm going to be the most helpful version of myself that I can possibly be. And look, if you can really start adopting that identity into your life, if you can change who you are as a person rather than just chase some specific goal, it's what's going to be the game changer for you. It's what's going to give you the best results over the long game. you are going to lose that extra body fat. It's going to be an outcome on your journey rather than just a goal. If you set your intention to being very healthy, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to go, man, I can't believe I've lost that 20 pounds. Like, it's gone and it's not coming back. Like, it's permanently gone. And you're going to find that you look amazing. Right? I remember there was a time when I was at this gym and I was running around the gym with my shirt off, and somebody snapped a picture of me, and I was I think I was like 44 years old, and somebody snapped a picture of me, and I've got this really lean, sort of ripped physique, and I'm kind of tan, and I've got these amazing abs. And I remember the person sharing that picture with me, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, my goodness, like I didn't even, 20 years ago, I would have never imagined that this was even possible. Like, from where I was to where I got to is mind blowing. And the truth is, I never chased abs. I didn't care about the aesthetic. I never cared about any of that. All I wanted to do was be healthy, and I wanted to be healthy for a lifetime. And that's been my journey. And the cool thing was, is I had this picture taken of me, and I'm like, I can't believe that's me. Like, it's mind blowing. Even to this day, I'm 49 years old. I look in the mirror and I'm like, I can't believe the way that I look. And performance wise, I can't believe how well this body is able to perform at the age of 49. It's mind blowing. I had a client recently tell me something that really stuck with me. He said, being on this journey of health and fitness, and those are very intertwined in my mind, is like, there is no instant gratification, right? I mean, there is a little bit when you finish a workout or something, like, you feel pretty good about yourself, but there's no like instant results. Like, you don't go do a workout and then go to the mirror and go, wow, like, that's amazing, right? Like, that just doesn't happen. So he said to me, he's like, it's like stacking up sheets of paper. He goes, every day that you do something and you make a good decision for your health, it's like putting a piece of paper on the pile. You don't notice that, day by day, that pile getting very big. But once you do this for days, weeks, months, years, decades, that pile becomes very, very high. I just thought that was a wonderful analogy. And he's got this great perspective on what it really means to be your most healthful self, right? And if you chase that, if you really can identify with that, and my clients, I give them this identity, I call it the athlete identity, and it's basically living a life that's very, very healthy. It's being in this pursuit. It's part of who we are as people. We are athletic after 40. We're guys who are athletes. Even though we don't play a specific sport, we are stacking paper every single day. Whether it's making a good decision about our nutrition, making a good decision about our sleep habits, doing a workout. It could even be just taking a walk. Like, whatever it is, we are just consistently stacking that paper. And I think it's one of the reasons why so many of my clients have been with me for years and years. It's because I don't adopt the short game. People looking for the short game, we're just not a good fit. Like, it just doesn't work. I can get someone a result in the short game, but that's not winning in my mind. When you have the history and the knowledge and the wisdom of where I've been and where I've gone to and where I've taken many other people, I just know that the short game wins, that little dopamine hit for losing 20 pounds. If you haven't done the real work, if you're not looking at this from the right lens with the right perspective, it's actually, I feel like it's more of a defeat than anything. So even though you have that short game win, you're going to lose. And the more you go up and down on that roller coaster, the more it's going to take away from your health rather than give you health, right? Like, metabolically, there's all kinds of different negative things that happen when you're on this up and down sort of trajectory. So if there's anything I could give you, any sort of wisdom that I could give you that I've been on in these last 25 years, working with clients, working with amazing athletes, it's you have to play the long game. If you can really develop that perspective, it's going to serve you so well, and you will be just shocked and amazed at how great you're going to be. I mean, just imagine stacking paper for years. And look, I think it's important to have the right foundations because it's very messy out there. It's hard to figure out what you should be doing. And if you'd like some help, go ahead and reach out. You can check us out on athleticafter40.com, and there's some different ways that you can learn more about what it is that we do and how we help our clients in the long game so that they can be the most healthful version of themselves. And if it makes sense, maybe we can have a conversation. We can talk about your situation and how we can help you to build the foundations and to give you the support and the structure that you need to literally build yourself over the years for a lifetime so that you can be the best version of yourself.